Good morning. I'm always super busy. I never have time to cook for my family. We're always on the go with kids' games and practices and whatever. So, someone suggested that I double or triple my portions when I'm cooking a regular meal and just make it large enough so that I could come out with 3 or 4 meals out of one time cooking and then just store the remainder in the freezer. Thought that was an excellent idea. So today will be my first time doing it. I've got 6 pounds of ground beef in the roasting pan. And so I'm making a taco casserole that you just bake. So it's like 6:30 in the morning right now. I just put the meat in. As you can see here, it's a really large roaster. You could use a crock pot or whatever you want, but this is just what I had that was big enough. So I put in the 6 pounds. I'm going to go ahead and add in the seasoning for the meat, and then I'll just cover it and leave it and let it cook. Once I get off work this morning, I will add the rest of the ingredients and then just let it cook the rest of the day. So this is in tablespoon measurements. So I'm doing taco seasoning. 3 tablespoons. I'm hoping to get at least 3 meals out of it. So 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. Everything will be in threes today. So 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. I know you think I'm crazy. This is ranch seasoning, but it's the same thing. 3 tablespoons. Okay, if you're wondering where I got this size ranch seasoning, I got it at Sam's. And then I think I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of the minced onion. You can do fresh, but I'm going to do the dry. I've got to start work in 3 minutes, so I have to hurry. On second thought, I'll add 1 more tablespoon. So 3 tablespoons of the minced onion. Mix it up. Okay, so the meat was ready pretty quickly. It only took like an hour and a half. And I cooked it on low. So anyway, I'm going to continue cooking it on low. I went to the store today and I bought these foil pans. It's 5 foil pans for $5. And so I'll use this to store the food, cook my meal today, and then store the rest in the freezer. So I bought all this to put in there. If you want to do like homemade beans, that would save you a little money. You can do that, but I did not do that. I went ahead and purchased canned products. So I got 3 large cans of pinto beans. I got 2 large cans of black beans. 1 large can of Rotel, the original, and 3 small cans of diced tomatoes. And then I also got 5 pounds of super sweet corn, frozen. And I also purchased 3 bags of tortilla chips. Okay. Oh, and then I also got 3 tubs of sour cream. And then 2 large bags of shredded cheese. So it's a lot. I purchased a lot, but hopefully it'll be worth it. It'll save me time and money in the long run. I don't know how many casseroles I'll come up with from this, but I'm hoping that I can just freeze it. And then when I'm super busy during the week, I can just take it out of the freezer and stick it in the oven. So I opened all the cans. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in. This is my first time cooking it as a super large portion. I'm kind of winging it here, so we'll see how it goes. I've drained all of the cans. I don't want too much water in this because it's going to be a casserole. If you're making like a taco soup, then you definitely wouldn't have to drain it. You could just throw it in as is. I only ended up using half a bag, so 2.5 pounds of corn. Diced tomatoes. Drain it. Garlic. 3 tablespoons of granulated garlic. You can always use fresh. Okay, so I've got 4 pans here. I've already sprayed them with olive oil. And I've got the cheese and sour cream ready. Let's do this assembly line style. So I'll open the bag. You can see these are just regular chips. I'm going to crush them. Lightly crush them. You don't want them too small, but just, decent size. Start the layering process. So you'll put chips, then meat. Once you've got all the meat on, you will go ahead and add in your sour cream. So I'll just do one to show you here. Spread the sour cream on top. You don't want a super thick layer. Just keep it thin. And then after you do the sour cream, you'll just top that with the shredded cheese. So it's the Mexican style, Mexican blend shredded cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. So this is what the layering process looks like. You'll just repeat this after this. Make sure you cover it really good with cheese. I did another layer of the chips, the meat, and I'll do the sour cream and cheese after this. Okay, so I did the chips, meat, sour cream, and I'll just finish it off with cheese and be done with all of them. Just get a really thick layer. So for the taco casserole, I ended up making 4 of the casseroles. I used 2 bags of cheese, which there are 8 cups of cheese in each bag. So 16 cups of cheese. I used 3 24-ounce tubs of sour cream, and they're completely out. And then I only ended up using 2 bags of chips instead of 3 bags. So you'll cover this, bake it at 425 for about 45 minutes. If you guys are wanting more recipes, you want to learn more about our farm life and just our deaf family, make sure you like and follow our page. So I put this in the oven. I baked it at 425. And the last 5 minutes, I put it on broil on high. I removed the foil, and it gave the cheese that bubbly brown look. It looks so good. Yum. So the taco, that was taco casserole. I've got some meat left here. So what I'm going to do is add an additional can of pinto beans in. That's what that third can of pinto beans was for. And then I'll add a small can of diced tomatoes with the juice. So you'll leave the juice in. Going to add that in. For the ranch dressing or ranch seasoning, I'm going to add more. So I'll add about 3 tablespoons to this. You can buy the individual packets as well. And if you buy the individual packets, I would just put in 1 packet of the ranch seasoning. And I'll put the full recipe for just a regular portion size at the end, in the comments. It'll be in the comments. And this is for taco soup. You can put in fresh cilantro, but I've got dried cilantro. It's almost out, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour the rest in there. It depends on how much cilantro you like. I like a lot, so. Mix that up real good. And you can also add red beans in this. I typically add red beans, but I don't have any today, so I'm not going to put it in. Once this is all mixed up, I'm going to stick it in a freezer bag and stick it in the freezer. Whenever I'm ready to use it, I'll pour it in to cook it, and then I'll add 6 cups of water, and then 3 to 4 tablespoons of the tomato bouillon. And it is delicious taco soup. So what you would do in your soup is just kind of crush some chips and put it at the bottom of your bowl. Pour the soup on top of it and then sprinkle cheese on top. Oh, it's so good. So that's 2 different recipes for 1 time of cooking. And also when I packaged everything, I just wrote what type of food it is, the date, and how to cook it. And covered it in foil, and then I wrapped it in saran wrap. You can see here. So came out with 3